Hi everyone. Are you a mom that is wondering how long is this estrangement going to last? That's a question we've all asked ourselves, right? And I wish I had the perfect answer for you. But we're going to talk about that topic today. So for those of you that are new here to my channel, I just want to welcome you. My name is Sally Harris, and I'm a mom who walked a difficult road with my own daughter for over a decade. And while her life spiraled, so did mine. It's one of those things where I, too, wondered, when is this going to end? And just a real quick story up front. I can remember a real close mentor of ours, of mine and my husband's, who told me she'll be back by the time she's 25. And here she was, 16 at the time. And I thought he was crazy. I'm like, are you joking me? No way. Like, we're talking, this is going to last maybe 6 months. 6 months, and then everything's going to be fine in my family again. Well, as you know, it did not work out that way. But it's one of those things where you get it in your head that it's going to just be this certain X amount of days or X amount of months, certainly not a year. In our mind, we're not thinking, oh, this is going to go on for a long period of time. Well, there's a lot of factors that come into play. And first of all, mental illness and drugs. If those two things are present and your child, for example, is not ready to seek help in those areas, that more than likely is going to extend that time. Why? Because we both know that in any relationship, even parent-child, that if you or your child is not in a healthy state, it is going to prevent a healthy relationship. And so your son or daughter is very likely struggling in many areas of life if those two items are present, right? If there's addiction or if there's mental illness. So sometimes our kids will get a diagnosis, and some of your children may be on meds and being able to function, with different things, and others refuse to take the meds, and those are usually the ones that really need it, right? So that's hard. So there's, like I said, there's so many factors that influence the duration of estrangement, and it can also be the severity of the conflict. Depending on what is going on in your family, what has happened in the past, what is your level of communication with them now? Is it completely crickets, or is it we do talk once in a while? It's little bits here and there, maybe a text or whatnot every now and then. And also individual personalities, right? When your kids are younger, whether your personality and their personality mesh, it really doesn't seem to matter, right? Because you are the mom and you're raising your kids. And so sometimes we see all this conflict, but we don't really understand why. And a lot of times it is a personality issue between the two of you. And so not that can't be figured out, because we all have different personalities. It's a choice to learn to be able to function and get along with others and be able to have a good relationship regardless of your personality. And most of us would be willing to work a little bit harder when it comes to our kids than maybe someone else in the world, right? So that is definitely something to consider. Also, if your kids live really far away from you, that tends to play a factor as well. When there already is conflict, kind of out of sight, out of mind. And I know a lot of moms are dealing with that, and that is heartbreaking. Another thing is to take into consideration the emotional impact. Now, this could be the emotional impact on you. It could be the emotional impact on your son or daughter. This is an emotional journey. This is not, estrangement is not for the faint at heart. It is heartbreaking. Probably one of the most difficult things you'll ever go through. And I have hope that this will end for you well, as it did for me. But I'll be honest, it took a lot longer than I ever anticipated. That does not mean it's going to take that long for you, but it also just depends on all those different factors, right? So personal growth, healing, all of these things are so important on both sides, both paths. You've got your path, your son or daughter has theirs. You both need to heal from whatever it is that is causing these misunderstandings, these arguments from the past, he said, she said, all of those kinds of arguments. But with that, there's a lot of common patterns that we tend to see with all of that. And a lot of it could be, sometimes it's just a temporary, like a temporary separation. Sometimes, a lot of times I'll see where over time and with effort and sometimes even a letter, it can be solved where someone is just completely feeling misunderstood or feeling like they've gone too far deep into whatever hole they've dug themselves into. And that could be you or your child, right? It could go either way. And so just keeping all of that in mind, that this could go either way, whether it's you or your child, because we all have struggles in life. We all have things that haunt us from our past, but all of that can be reconciled. It can be worked through, but it's up to you to do the work. And you can't do the work for another person, which as mom, if they were younger, of course you'd be doing the work for them, right? But when they're grown adults, it just doesn't work that way. So I just want to encourage you to have personal growth and healing during this process, because without it, you aren't going to be able to move forward in your own life. So one thing I want to share with you is I have a new workshop coming up on Wednesday, the 12th of July, and I'll put the link below, and it's called Who Am I? So if you're a mom that is feeling just unseen, unheard, not even knowing who you are anymore because of this estrangement, and you've kind of lost yourself in the process, I just want to encourage you to join me for that workshop. There's a series of workshops this summer. You can choose one or choose all three. It's totally up to you. But this is the first one here in July, and I'll put the link below, and you can sign up for that there. So I really want to encourage you to never stop hoping for reconciliation. If that's what you choose, which most of you, if you're watching this video, it's because you do have a desire for reconciliation. I want you to never give up hope, no matter how bleak it seems. Because, there was years where there was a very long time where I didn't even know where my daughter was. I didn't know if she was dead or alive on any given day. And so at that time in my life, I had not a whole lot of hope because it looked so dark. But that doesn't mean there's not hope. That doesn't mean people can't change. Circumstances change. One thing I can promise you is whatever this looks like right now, your life, the estrangement, your family, I promise you it will change. One way or another, it's going to change, because life doesn't stand still. Things are going to happen. Things are going to change. Things are going to shuffle. And so I just want to encourage you with that. And so just to never give up hope. But in the meantime, you do need to keep working on yourself and focus on you and your own goals. It doesn't mean you're giving up, okay? A lot of moms feel like I did for a period of time in the beginning. I felt like I couldn't do anything but wallow, because then I was leaving her behind. But in reality, I know now that that's not the case. So I hope that helps you. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But if you are interested in that workshop, sign up soon, because that is coming up here quick. And I'll see you next time.